Good morning, YouTube. It's a wonderful day today. Nice, sunny, warm already early this morning. I'm just so excited about being able to get out and see the flowers and the trees early in the morning. And mesquite trees are already coming out. They started coming out about 2 or 3 days ago. And they've got leaves on them. Mesquite trees have actually got their full leaves in a few places. And we have the post oak trees already forming full leaves. And everything's happening about 3 weeks early this year. Usually it's toward the middle of April before the mesquite trees come out, and so that indicates that it's early spring and not much likelihood of any further freezes. Because generally, it doesn't freeze any after the mesquite trees come out. That generally indicates the last freeze. And so it's going to be a marvelous, good time over the next few weeks. We got next 7 8 days is predicted sunshine and warm weather, and no freezes in the forecast or anything like that. Certainly no snow or anything like that in the forecast. So it's going to be a great time outdoors and good time to travel through Texas, all through Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Austin, all through Texas. It's going to be nice weather. It's going to be marvelous. And so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to working some on my journal here this morning while I'm eating breakfast. I'm going to have a nice breakfast this morning. I got some pancakes and eggs and everything fixed, and I'm going to eat those and drink. I'm going to try this Presto Maggio out again and make one of these K-cups, use one of these little K-cups of organic gold coffee. Put that in the Maggio and pop that in there and have myself some brewed coffee this morning. Boy, that will be nice. And then later I'll have me some of this Cafe Supreme, which has kind of like a latte mixture in it. And but this one here, of course, this one here is black coffee. And so I'm gonna listen to a little bit of Tanya Love this morning and have my breakfast, and then I'm gonna work a little on my journals, and it's going to be a marvelous day, and then get out in the sun and enjoy the rest of the day out in the sunshine working, and it's going to be a marvelous day. See what Tanya has to say.
Very much being rude and hateful and judgmental, and instead of me boldly saying something about it, I just bite my tongue and I hold back. At one level, we could say it's because we're compassionate, we're patient, and I've told myself this at times. And at another level, when I get to be really honest with myself, it's because at some level I am afraid to speak that truth. And at some level, the fear comes down to, I feel, a feeling of being rejected and not being accepted. And so if we each, my intention always on this show is to mirror to all of you that I am also moving through human moments in my evolution, my ascension process. And every moment I'm getting more and more truthful, more and more authentic, and that is my intention. And then it's also to reflect that and mirror that back to all of you watching, that this takes great courage and it takes a lot of awareness, a lot of paying attention, because if we start to just get complacent and we start to just slip to the side with the feelings that we have, and we hold and harbor anger and we hold in our feelings and we don't express them, it starts to really build up. And I feel like part of my coughing, I was really tuning into that. Just like I would tell a client to, what is this energy? And I'm coughing so violently and I can't hardly catch my breath and it's hurting my throat. And when I was going through that and I'm meditating about it, I realized there's a lot of stuff that hurts my heart that I hold back from humans, because I am compassionate, I am patient, but there's this process of how patient and compassionate does one need to be with truth, and when is it the time to actually express the truth to help in the highest way? And this morning, it was interesting, I had these very prophetic and vivid dreams last night with my roommates, and I was giving them advice, and we were having these soul conversations in our dreams. And then my beloved was telling me about a dream he had, and as he's talking about the dream, I just start connecting the dots on it, and I was like, I feel like what your dream is saying is that you are at some level afraid of success. You're afraid to take flight. You're afraid to soar. You're afraid to become everything you were meant to be. like, that's what I'm getting from it. And then I just kind of let it go, and I moved on, and we went and took a shower. And later he came down and he was talking to me, and he was, well, let me backtrack. So I spoke that truth to him about the dreams, and then observing his dream, intuitively feeling it. I don't really analyze it. It's more of like a feeling of intuition. And then I go on to Facebook, and I express my truth in a situation that happened today, where many of you know I had planned, my beloved and I had planned to offer a twin flame workshop today. And like I said, went to sleep, barking, coughing, not very deep sleep, exhausted, wake up in the middle of the night with a daughter throwing up and has a fever and is crying. And I'm just like, what is this? Like, it was not an amazing experience, but this is what we're dealing with. Okay, Spirit, help us move through this situation. Help us move through this with the greatest love, honor, and reverence. So my daughter comes and lays in the bedroom with us, and I'm like, baby, just relax. We'll clean the floor later. Like, we're just going to go to bed. Let's go back to sleep. And immediately I get on my phone and I go and I decide in that moment, this is not a time to have people coming to our home to do a workshop, because obviously our family is not completely in health and wellness yet, and we're working on that, and we will get there. But at this moment in time, we're still not there. And so I went and I put a post to the people that said they wanted to come, and just explained from the heart that this wasn't going to be the best time, and that I apologized, but I was going to have to reschedule because the family, was sick, and we would have to find a new date. Well, some of the clients were very loving and compassionate. Were like, you know what, Tanya, it's all good, and I hope your family feels better. I'm sending love to you and your daughter, and I look forward to doing the workshop at the right time. Like, they understand, these souls have processed and understand that there is indeed a divine time for everything, and that they honor the now when the now shows them that this is not going to happen, even though we had an idea and a plan and we had this intention to do something. The doing that thing is not going to happen today. And so those souls, I love you so much, because you're really embodying your divinity. You're really moving in this new earth reality that I am here to co-create and experience with others, which is one of win-win situations, one of honor and reverence, where we honor the now, we honor each other. We don't try to project any kind of anger at a healer if she can't give to us, because she's needing to heal herself. We honor that, and we see that she is actually in alignment in loving herself and showing us that. But the old paradigm was not like that. The old paradigm was like, I paid my money, I rearranged my schedule for this workshop, and you owe me, and if you can't do it, then I'm going to have to go somewhere else. And there's no reverence, there's no honor, there's no kindness or compassion shared. And I say this because some of the clients wrote back with very much, the understanding of honor, of the flow, and kindness and compassion. And then at the other hand, some wrote to me that were very much in a me, egoic energy, which was all about their needs, what they should have gotten, and how I shouldn't be rescheduling, and they've never worked with me, and that now they don't know if they trust me, and all this bullshit that was being projected upon me. And all I was doing in my truth was saying, this is not the best time. I want to do this workshop as much as all of you want to take it, but it's got to happen at the, divine aligned time. And I spoke my truth to the people that were expressing in a not so loving way, let's say. And I just said, I am here to honor and serve others, but I also know that it is my highest intention to work with souls who actually honor myself. They honor and care about my well-being, my needs, as well as my family's. And these are souls that we're going to co-create magic together, because love is what is guiding every bit of the action and every bit of the movement. And any souls that feel like they are entitled to something of mine, or I owe them something, and they're projecting that upon me, and they show no compassion or no reverence, I will be happy to refund your freaking money, because that is not what I am here to go through in this life. And it was really powerful, because if any of you listening run a business, or you work in kind of business matters, we're kind of taught this, that the customer is always right, and that you're supposed to do whatever it takes to make them happy. Fuck that shit. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. Because that is teaching humans to be monsters. It is teaching misaligned, egoic humans that are fearful and frantic and that are controlling to actually think that if they do those behaviors that we're going to cater to them. And then we enable that behavior in essence. It's like that child that's in the line at the store and they're throwing a tantrum and they want a candy bar. And it's that mom that's like, oh, here, honey, have the candy bar. Okay. Like she's doing whatever she needs to do to get that kid just to not have a tantrum. Monster in the future. That child is going to be a freaking monster. And it takes strong will and conscious patience and awareness to tell the child, no, you will not get the candy if you respond in this way. And if you calm down, at some point you may be able to have a candy bar. But today you will not be getting the candy bar because the way you're responding to me is not from love and honor. And you are throwing a tantrum and throwing a scene, and I'm not going to reward that behavior. I say this because this is like, we can all get that. Any of us that are parents know that we'll create monsters to do that with children. But look at how we do this as a society. How if we run a business, we feel like we've got to bow down to the ones who throw the biggest fit over what things should be like. And my soul knows it's here to create a new way. And so what do we have to do to create a new way? We have to have courage and fearlessness to face those who actually want to continue with the old way that isn't serving them or us. And we have to be willing to take a chance and a stand for what matters. And this is the kind of truthful living I'm talking about. It's courageous because in this moment with this client, there's a potential of my speaking my truth and telling her that if you're going to show honor and love, like we can work together. But if there's no love or reverence here, feel free to move along and I will refund your money gladly. There's a chance that person's not going to like me, that they're going to totally take that and twist it around and make it a victim story for themselves. And then they're going to go and lash out and publicly talk about how Tanya Love rejected them and told them, put them in their place. And this is a chance that I have that I take every day when I live my truth, because not always do people love when you tell them the truth. In fact, I most of the time I observe that when you're challenging someone who's been in shadow with something, let's say they've been that toddler throwing a tantrum their whole damn life, and no one's dared to stand up to them because in society, everyone's told we're supposed to cater to that and we're supposed to just calm them down so that they'll be satisfied customers. Screw that. That is not going to help this planet. It's not going to help that person find their balance. And it's going to make the people that are living that way pissed off. And at least for me, when I'm honest, when I feel like I have to cater to people's misalignment, it pisses me off. And if I don't express that truth, it's going to feel stuck in me. And I feel like that's a lot of what this last week has been for me, is like helping me process and clear and move the congestion out of my heart space of how much I swallow back and I bite my tongue and I hold my truth in out of compassion and patience is what I tell myself. But sometimes is it that, or is it just that a little bit of me is afraid if I spoke my truth, I'd not be invited back. I would be rejected once again. And if we can really at least see that, it helps us to break free of the enslavement, helps us to break free of the shackles of that, so that nobody else owns our expression. Nobody controls us. Like, as a healer, I love helping people. And yesterday I did teach a workshop that I could handle for a couple hours. And then at the end of that, I was exhausted because that was how much I could give that day. And I knew it. And I did this vision board workshop that was very peaceful. We were talking so much about the importance of presence and of honor and living authentically. And what was beautiful is the group of people that gathered in my home, they were so respectful and so honoring. And these women, some of them had just had like an auric clearing with me. Most of them had had auric clearings with me. And one new woman had not yet, but she's coming to see me Tuesday, which I'm excited about. And some of them have mentored with me, done yoga teacher trainings. But what was cool is that sitting in this group, I, in my heart, wanted to help inspire love and passion in them and help them ignite their dreams in this new year. And this was our intention with the vision board workshop. And in their hearts, they expressed back to me honor and reverence for all that I had done to help them. And it was this beautiful time at that table of sacred